So let's get started for the weekly. So let's look at the dollar. The dollar is definitely consolidating after this big ramp up. Okay, the dollar, we were going higher, we consolidated, gap up with the election, and now we are consolidating here. We could easily go up. This is the daily. But if we look at the weekly, right, we have been going up one, two, three, four, 1 week of rest, and then this election. So 6 weeks we have been doing. Um, I would expect this resistance over here between this 105, 104 to 106 area to be some resistance and some pullback. Otherwise, it's going to be worrisome. Some geopolitical risk may be coming in, or what, because of which if we break above this is our markets may not be able to handle that. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm looking at the dollar to consolidate, and that would be good for equities. The interest rates have been rising, so TLT has been falling. But this week, right, we got a hammer here after the Fed. So let's see if we continue. I had sold puts here that I'm already out of for profit. I just have call spreads now. Now let's look at this SPX, right? This is SPY ETF. Um, Gap up, we were at 576 and now we are at almost 600. So this says like 25 points, which is 250 points just after the election. But if you look on Monday before the election, we rose up. Okay, this was election day, we were up. Election day we opened at 570, so we had 300-point move in SPX. We are not overbought in RSI. Everything looks bullish. Okay, I just want to be a little more cautious. On the weekly, SPY has just broken out. 2 weeks of consolidation, check back to the 8-10 week moving average, and then breakout. Okay. So, all this tells me that we are bullish. It's just the magnitude of the bullishness that happened this week. I want to be cautious. That's all. Nothing is bearish. I'm not having any shorts right now, but it's just time to be cautious. Even QQQ, same thing. Just breakout, not bearish at all. Okay. Nothing is bearish anywhere. So that's what I am looking at. How do I position myself for something that's bullish, but not risk a lot? Right. So that's what I'm looking at. IWM is the one that I'm the most bullish on. This is the weekly, right? Cup, maybe a handle, and then up. So I'm definitely bullish for IWM even next year. This way we can easily get to the 300 level. Not now. I'm looking next year. Okay. Maybe by March if we keep continuing going higher. Now let's look at BTC. Okay. Bitcoin is what a breakout, right? I have Bito, I have Mara, I had MSTR in between, and I had posted that. I had Coin, right? So those things are there. I've taken profits in Coin. Now I'm looking, I have Mara quite a bit and Bito quite a bit, right? So I have Mara call spreads. This week we have Mara earnings. So that should work. Now, if I take this, okay, this is 2024 low till this. I'm taking this low, right? Fib extension 100% comes at 85. Okay. Now this is outside the Bollinger Band on the daily. If we look at the weekly, everything looks okay. It's outside the weekly Bollinger Band. I would expect some kind of consolidation or pullback. This is gone way too much, too fast. But of course, I am long it, so I'm fine with this rallying the way it is. Gold is definitely now consolidating. Okay, so up till now we had gold running and Bitcoin just consolidating, and now Bitcoin is running, gold can consolidate, and that's good. Let it consolidate a bit and then we can have a run in gold. I don't see gold falling or breaking down at all, so I'm waiting to buy the dip in gold. So now that this is indices done, let's look at all the sectors. Okay, where am I going to look for longs? So XLK, if you look at XLK, we are still, almost all time high. We can break out. That this is the weekly, right? Um, this is breakout, nothing wrong with it. Okay, again, gap, and right into resistance. Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia are the biggest holdings in XLK. Nvidia can start having a run because its earnings are coming up on the 20th or something like that, 20th or 27th, whatever. So that's when, so we could easily have a pre earnings run in Nvidia that can keep this going. Okay. But XLK is not the way to play it. So it would be SMH, Nvidia, those are the way to play. Now with Trump election, you're looking at, healthcare, hospitals and all may be affected. Uh, so you can see healthcare is not performing well. This is XLV. This is just, here, check back to the 21 week, and now it can easily go down. MACD is pointing down, Chaikin is looking down, RSI is looking down, the momentum is gone. So let's wait what it does here at this 144 level, right? It gets to this 144, 145 level. After that, what does it do? Does it bounce or come back down? So healthcare is the place where XLV plays are the ones that I am not bullish at. Okay, I'm not looking for bullish plays in XLV. Now let's look at XLC, which has Facebook, Meta, Netflix, Google, right? So this has always been. Now this is a very deep, um, right? This is a very deep cup, deep, and now it's breaking. I am I am not that bullish on XLC right now. It's way because of not because of what this is done here. It's because of what Meta is doing. Okay, we will go through Meta. XLE, which is energy, this is probably ready to, all year consolidating, right? From March onwards, this is April, March, it had been falling, consolidating, tried, came back down. Now it may probably be ready to go. This is the squeeze over here. MACD check-in money flow is for the first time pointing up on the weekly. Yes, XLE is the place where I want to look for some longs going into 2025. Okay, so this is where it's gapped up, consolidating. So yes, XLE is a place where I would definitely want to look at for longs. Another one, XLI. Let's see what it does. I am not sure about XLI. It has a weekly breakout, okay, but I'm really not sure what to do with this as a sector, because I really don't know. Let's see whether it rallies. This is such a huge gap on the daily in XLI as a stock. As an ETF, this is too big, right? It's too big. It needs to consolidate. So that's the reason I'm not going to be looking for XLI names right now because I don't know what to do with these names. So for now, this is no touch for me. XLB materials, um, it's not. We need to know what policies, right? What policies are going to be there, how much inflationary. But if you look at it, this is a cup, it consolidated, right? Cup over here, consolidated, and it's have so we have a cup, this kind of a handle, and it can go up. It's going, coming back to retest this, and we can go higher. So not yet ready. Okay, XLB not yet. So I'm not looking for XLB, no clarity yet. So XLI and XLB, no idea. XLV, I'm looking for shorts. The one that I'm looking for longs is XLE. Now another one, right? Biotech keeps running, but it's still not broken out, and there are certain names that are running better, right? So that's one. XLF, financials. Financials also like XLI, they're extended. Everything is so much extended. So how do you keep buying? And if you're going to buy something that is extended and something that you can scalp and have people are chasing, why not just take Nvidia, whose earnings is coming, Tesla, why it's running because of Trump. So that's where I Bitcoin is running. So if you are anyway chasing, those are the better plays to chase. Otherwise, for a swing trade, I'm not looking at any of these. These are all extended. These are all extended. IYT, I don't want to, because it has Uber is the biggest holding in IYT, for IYT, and with Tesla rallying this much, it's always whenever Tesla has some kind of good news, right? Uber goes down. So that's why I'm not willing to look at Excel IYT yet. This is because of rates, housing. Let's see what it does. It's consolidating here and bouncing. Let's see. Anything below 115 in XHB, I'm looking for a bigger pullback in housing. And that's where. Now, SMH has consolidated enough and is ready for us to start chasing Nvidia. So that's what I think. Okay, it has gone up, consolidated, and it's ready to go. So SMH, because of Nvidia earnings coming in, that's where I'm looking at. And XLE for a swing trade, nothing else. XLY, biggest holding is Tesla and Amazon, and both have been running. Tesla is now overnight at 340. It's pretty high. It should, if this continues, I can see Tesla at 400, 420 before January options expiration, even maybe December, the speed at which it is going. So let's look at the mag 7, mag 8, right? Let's look at this. Again, if you look at it, this is consolidating now. Everything is turning down. Okay, on the weekly, if you look at it, the 8 and the 21 have flattened and turning down. The stochastics, money flow, everything is going down. Okay, so Apple is not a momentum name. Microsoft is actually a bearish name. Okay, Microsoft has not rallied at all. This gap up, and then, right, we gapped up, sold off. The next day we gapped down. These 3 4 days it ran up, but Friday it had an inside day, right? Inside red day. So if anything, the moment I see market not participating, or other than Tesla, nothing else is working, or what, this is a short. I am looking at Microsoft as a short, not because of anything else, because this is the weakest for now. This is the weakest mag 8 for now. Let's look at Google. Google rallied because of, now antitrust may not happen, but it's come back to its place over here, filled the gap, and now it's consolidating. I don't see, because it is part of XLC and Meta has already run up. Um, I am not bullish on Google, in the sense it's no swing trade yet. So not looking at that. Amazon, yes, I have call spreads in Amazon. We are long Amazon. Q4 is usually good for Amazon. November, December shopping season, good for Amazon. It usually runs in during this time. So everything is bullish in Amazon. I'm long it. Now I talk to you about Meta. Okay, the even though this weekly chart looks like it is still holding, right? But if you look at the daily, right, when the entire market is breaking out, this is not able to break out. So all the momentum has shifted to Tesla and Amazon. So why do we look at it over here, right? This is their chicken money flow is, even though it's pointing up, it's negative. So I'm not looking at Meta, I am looking at Nvidia. I talked about it. Its earnings is coming, and we could easily have a momentum shift while coming. We have earnings on 20th. So this next week into earnings, we could easily have SMH and Nvidia run. Now, of course, you have to look at, Trump can say something about tariffs and everything, some kind of policy decision. Oh, we're going to do this with China, and things can start, right? Now, here we are close to 336 overnight. On Robinhood, it says we are at 340. I think for now it should rest. I'm not chasing in Tesla. I have a lot of stock of Tesla in my IRA. So I'm making money there, but it's too late to chase Tesla if you are looking at an options trade right now. Netflix has been going higher. I am not going to short Netflix, but it is. If you take this from the previous peak in November and take a fib, we are reaching to 1.27 over here at 847. So I'm looking at selling call spreads. Okay, the problem is 123. Okay, January 23rd is its earnings. So even if I have to do something, it would be before that. And this is where you can look at this, the amount of flow that's come here. Okay, they wanted to go to, oh, this is Nvidia, sorry. So I was looking at Netflix over here. I just want to, um, if it crosses over 800, it will go to 810, 815, and then I think we'll be done. I am looking to sell call spreads in Netflix. So that's mag 8. Let's look at some of the other stocks that I am looking at. The stocks that, yeah, these are not for chases, these are not for anything. I would like these stocks to start running. That is what I meant to say. We have some software names like MNDY, okay, that are going to be reporting, right? We have some software names like MNDY that are going to be reporting tomorrow, right? Before earnings, before markets opens, MNDY is going to be reporting. Then we have Workday. So we have, and then we have Shopify. Workday still has still some time. Shopify has earnings. I have long. It has just started, right? It consolidated this. This is one of those 2021 stocks that has not rallied. It still has this gap fill to do over here at 89, and then keep going. I think this can run to 100. It is Tuesday before market, it has earnings. So Shopify, MNDY, which is Monday.com. Then we have some cyber names. I think FTNT reported. So we have PNW coming up. FTNT reported and it broke out. So that tells me that, why not PNW? So those are the names, that earnings that are coming up. I am willing to work on those. Um, and scalping, day trading Tesla is fine by me, but I don't want to take a swing trade in Tesla. I'm looking at other names like this. Now, the industrials, the biggest name. Now, if you look at, even though the industrials had, you saw XLI, it had such a big thing, and then it gapped up, and then now it's come back here. So this is worrisome. That's the reason I was saying I don't know what to do with XLI, right? The XLI had such a big, if you look at over here, XLI had such a big green candle on the weekly, whereas this gapped up, and the next 2 days it has been coming back down. So if this comes back, right, if this goes below this 380, it's a short, it's a failed breakdown. So, and if you look at XLI, it looks totally different, right? So there's something going on here, and Caterpillar is the one that usually looks at it, the one which has the maximum holding, and still XLI looks different than Caterpillar. So yes, there is some places where I am looking. Okay, Caterpillar, Microsoft do not have the energy to run with the market. So whenever the market is extended, but there is no place for shorting. So this is what I'm looking at. These two stocks, Microsoft and Caterpillar, are showing weakness when everything else is running. So whenever it's time to short, I'm looking at that first. Okay. So I'll do more videos coming and going forward. So see you guys. Okay.